Yes. You know, I thought I'd read Psalm 98. Oh, sing unto the Lord a new song, for he hath done marvelous things. His right hand and his holy arm have gotten him the victory. The Lord hath made known his salvation. His righteousness hath he openly showed in the sight of the heathen. Oh, he hath remembered his mercy and his truth toward the house of Israel. All the ends of the earth have seen the salvation of our God. Make a joyful noise unto the Lord. All the earth make a loud noise and rejoice and sing praise. Sing unto the Lord with the harp, and with the harp and the voice of a psalm, with trumpets and sound of cornet, make a joyful noise before the Lord the King. Let the sea roar, and the fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein. Let the floods clap their hands, let the hills be joyful together before the Lord, for he cometh to judge the earth. With righteousness shall he judge the world, and the people with equity. Yes. Now, Psalm 98 is really good because it talks about how the heathen are going to see the righteousness of God. Yes, yes, yes. The sight of the heathen. But in Psalm 98 9, before the Lord, for he cometh to judge the earth. Yes. With righteousness shall he judge the world, and the people with equity. Now, there's what's known as courts of equity. Yes. And then there are courts of law. And as I understand the judicial system of the United States, there could be some equity issues with certain legislation. Yes. Now, I'm going to want to know if any telephone numbers in the Bible Belt, yes, have been rerouted to Israel, England, or any other nation where you did not see that your phone call was being recorded from another nation. Now, I know that the only reason a senator, yes, a representative, poop, a governor, ooh, a mayor, a sheriff, or a police chief would use a payphone to make that private phone call that you did not want me to know about was to arrange some sort of payment in exchange of the pecuniary benefit of your office. Now, when we look at the actual telephone numbers, yes, I'm going to want to know, did anybody reroute any American telephone numbers so that it was a recorded call in any nation of the world? Now, my experience has been, yes, that someone thought that they were in control of the righteousness of the United States of America. And for every recorded phone call of every telephone, yes, pay phone, yes, and jail phone, yes, I'm going to want to know what nations have been recording the communications of American citizens. Now, there was this experience when we were on Guam, yes, that my wife took my sons, yes, and my stepdaughter to the Kmart. And from what I hear, she made a phone call right before she abducted them, like a hen. Well, she was in the family. Now, I think that everybody would like to have a happy ending of all these videos. Yes. And it would be really good if you could enforce my rights and the rights of my family today. Pooch. But I will go through every telephone number of all of those that I have the legal right to sue. Seattle Police Department, ouch, Spokane Police Department, oh, each and every county of the state of Washington, yes, every judge, pooch. And if I found out that you were using a payphone to arrange for payment of any judgment of this nation, I would sue you for conspiring to deprive American citizens of the true intent of the laws of the United States. Now, it seems to me, right, that somebody said, well, I'd like to pay you, but I need you to call me when you need payment because they have to be on you through the payphone. See, when you consider, yes, the use of a cell phone, the use of the hard line, and then the use of any other telephone so that it's not actually documented as your personal phone call. Yes. Somebody has been paying a lot of money to conspire against the enforcement of the laws of the United States. Now, I'm going to want to speak to Marilyn today, okay? And I'd like us to reside together in a hotel, or we can talk about what we want to do as a family. And then I want you to give custody of my sons to myself. Yes. Where we could all reside together, and then we could talk about what we are going to do as a family. Now, for every foreign nation that has recorded any communications of any citizen without the knowledge of the United States, I could sue you, Israel, for just a tiny little bit. I could sue you, Queen. I could sue you, Germany. So I'm going to want to know all the telephone calls that have been rerouted to other nations so that those in intelligence, I was thinking of the Queen in her royal toilet last night. There used to be what was known as the GPS location of the actual place that you shit. Now, somebody had to be reading my shit. Why don't you get me the GPS location 20 miles down under every toilet? Yes. Of every oath, badge, and attorney. Oh, those that are ordained and licensed. Yes. And all the employees of the schools of the Bible Belt that decided that, well, I don't have a lizard in my ass. The problem is usually there was what was known as the invisible hand. Sucker fish. Ooch, ooch. Somebody had genetically modified a fish, yes, to eat the actual shit of American citizens, yes. And it was kind of like the invisible hand would reach up and it'd grab your actual defecation and eat it so that we would not know what you're doing. So when you get me the GPS location of every toilet, yes, of every telephone number right now, I want to know, is there anything under your bathroom that I did not see, that you did not want anybody knowing when you were shitting or where you were shitting? Because it could be that you decided to use a little genetically modified sucker fish, yes, to digest your shit so that nobody would fucking know what you're doing.